Can everybody hear me? Test, test. Testing. Test, 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 test. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. Whoop. Here we go.
All these dogs.
Okay, let's start the stream. Here we are. No, that song is not by me. It is by a fine fellow named Zach McCoy. Actually, I don't know if he's a fine fellow, but I found his music a while ago and I quite enjoy it. Okay, it's loud enough. My voice is good. It's nice and loud. Let's take a look at what we have here. What do we got for today? Whoa, we got a lot of stuff. Oh, this is some of the stuff from last week, I think. I think that was the cutoff for last week. Is anybody here from last week that still wants their track reviewed? Because if so, hey, no, these are, oh yeah, they are new headphones since the last time we talked, I think. Okay, we got Annie Clang in the house. We got EXP. We got a new ZZY demo. Remember to put patron, yeah, here we go, like this. So you will go first. And you will go second. Now, this one isn't here. Okay, we got soup. We got okay. Be careful with this message. God damn it, Elliot. Alright, I'll believe it. If I get a virus, I'll just have to deal with that. Track review. A bunch of numbers. Okie dokie. Martin, attempt number 2. Which was this one? No, attempt number 2 has failed. Okay. Oh, cool. Indistinct voices over PA. And a number together at last. Okie dokie. So, Martin, try opening it in a incognito tab. And if it works in an incognito tab, then it should work for me. Alright, so, hey, Glurklunk. Alright, here we go. I'm Armada. Damn. That was really nice. Hold on. I just wanted to hear a couple more things. That's super nice. So really nice, like, subtle kind of through line that guides you through all that section. That's really cool. I find that really hard to do like a nice, long, ambient section these days. I don't know why. But yeah, I think you killed it. Is this person here? Blinkbot. Nice. That'll be a good wedding ceremony. That's sick. Yeah. Cool. I don't really have I don't have any thoughts for improving this. I like it how it is. One thing I kind of thought of in here, I like that you're doing these like big hits, but they're very like dry and kind of close. Like they don't sound like big. How do I say that? They don't sound like it's like a big thing in a big empty room. It sounds like a big thing that's really close to you, and I really like that. But that's one thing that kind of made me think, like, I wonder if you would like, or maybe you already listened to some of Romanowicz's stuff, because there's some of the textures in there kind of reminded me a little bit of Romanowicz, and it made me wonder what something like this would sound like if there was, say, a handful of like big echoey impact. But that said, I quite like how it is, because it feels like you're being followed by something big in the forest. Like, you know how in the forest the sounds don't really like go very far because of all the acoustic panels on the ground. I mean moss on the ground. You know what could work really nice in here is some voices, some vocal, like, maybe not exactly like that, but I don't know. It makes me think a little bit of like James Holden, some of that stuff from The Idiots Are Winning. Like this. Yeah, cool. Okay, great. That was good. I don't think Armada is here, but thank you for sending that in anyways. Right on. Okay, and now we have Surprise Eyes with Certain 30 Whip. Feedback stream 17/03/2021. Oh yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. I made some small. Okay, cool. All right, let's take a listen. did it. You fucking did it. That's amazing. Holy fuck. Ah, dude, I'm so... Wow. You did it. Don't... You said, so maybe I should stop. Don't change it. Don't change it. You did it. You fucking... Wow. Holy shit. Can you send me this file? I love this. Jesus. Damn. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That was amazing. So Surprise Eyes was took a couple lessons with me back in the day, and I'm so like the difference between back then and now, like you like put on your rocket boots and went to the moon. This is amazing. Fuck, I can't wait to hear more stuff like this. I'm really, really, really stoked. Wow. I want to say proud, but I don't feel like I had anything to do with this. But I'm impressed. I'm blown away. That was wow. Can you please send me this? Because I really like it. I want to listen to it while I cry in the bathtub. That's so cool. I feel like it's like a I've ever heard such a fucked up down tempo song, and I really like that about it. I think that's really, really cool. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sweet. Very good. Very good. Okay. Now we've got different. Okay, here we go. Paperworks remix. Oh shit, I gotta check it out. feedback today.
I'm going to read this letter to you.
Stop. Okay. So rowdy. I love it. I really love it. Damn. Yeah, wow. That was very cool. Surprise said here. I can kind of hear what you mean, surprise, but although I do kind of feel like it fits there. It is sort of like tucked away in there. It could be like you could go all out and make it like huge. Like I think you could go quite a bit louder and super wide, but I wouldn't say that like it needs that. I think like it works like that. It could work the other way too. I feel like, so what you're doing when you like in a sense you can sort of control when you're mixing, you're sort of controlling like what are you putting in the foreground and in the background. It's sort of like kind of think of mixing as like as if you're the videographer or whatever for a movie. So you're sort of like, or I don't understand how movies are made, so but like you're sort of like framing the shot and you're deciding like what's gonna be in focus at what time and stuff. That's the kind of the way I think about mixing. So I think by having the lead kind of tucked in there, what you're saying is you're saying that the drums and that sort of like intensity is more important, and if you put the lead up front and like and bigger, then you're sort of saying like, this like emotional kind of touch that this lead is doing is sort of the more important part. So I don't think either of those are like right or wrong. I think it's like it's just a decision. Yeah. So I like it either way. Yeah, that's wow. Cool. Okay, that was great. That's good. Okay, sorry, just kind of catching up on the chat. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that was really cool. I really like that one. Damn, we have some really fucking killer ones today. I guess I can't download it from here anyways. Okay, so let's close them up. Okay, Annie Klang. Are you ready? Here we go. Annie Klang is the special guest today. So I'll give her a warm welcome while I download this, while we wait a million years for my internet connection to download this. Nice. Woo! Okay. Oh, it's a wave. This is going to take forever. So anyways, how about that local sports team? Hey? They seem to be doing sports. Oh, we got another track not found by burner account. Is there a burner count in the chat? Burner account is is track did not download. Okay, hold on. Let me open this.
So what's it taste?
Okay, here we go. Prepare yourselves.
So what's it taste like anyway? 1. Pussy. Pussy. So what's it taste like anyway? 1. Pussy. What does it taste like? I just assume it's nasty. 1. It's a moist cavity between your legs. Look, does it taste like chicken?
Damn, that was huge. Okay, hold on. Wow. Okay, I really like that. I think I feel like that the like the kind of bassy sound, I kind of wanted it to be a bit like louder and bigger, but I also, this is why I don't know how to make tracks like this, because I always make it too big and then it doesn't work. There was one part here though. In general, I really like it. And I think it's gonna be really fucking cool to hear somebody rap over this. There's this one part though. This kind of like kind of thing. It just really reminds me of like a beat repeat or something. And I feel like you could, with this same section. Here, let's drop it in here. for a sec. With this same section, I feel like you can do, where is it? Oops, this is the wrong. What am I in, MIDI mode or something? Okay, so say we take a little section like this. I'm just gonna throw this in here because I feel like you might be able to get some more like expressive, glitchy stuff just from playing with it in a slightly different way. Oops. Like I think like some of these kind of sounds would make a nice like so this is one that I made. You can get it for free on related. Related. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here's the link for it. It's this one. Yeah, so this is like one way to get some sounds to like just resample and kind of work them in there. That's one thing you could do. Grain spec also you could do the same thing with. The other thing that might be worthwhile for this is like if you want more of these kind of like these kind of sounds, I really like this trick of just going like this. So you re-record into some audio track here, and then you can go like, and then what I usually do is like I'll automate this. Kind of fucking this up. I'll automate the tempo, because depending on the tempo you get different like. So like, yeah, if you automate that, I wish I had something that I could plug in and do that with right now. Yeah, and you can record those things just like right. So like. And you can imagine how much cooler that would be if we could change this on the fly. But yeah, so that just gets recorded in here, and then you have a whole thing to resample from. And then like just kind of keeping going with the theme or whatever. Like you can also get a lot of weird sounds just out of these warp modes, which I'm sure you already know this, but it fucking disappeared. Okay, so don't do that. Oh. This, hold on. This is, there's a lot of these things, but this is the one that I've been kind of obsessed with lately. Like getting these kind of weird sounds from the harmonics from this. Doesn't always sound good. Actually, a lot of times it sounds bad, but sometimes you can get a really neat, like strange sound out of it. Yeah, I'm not selling this very well. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, so that's also worth playing around with a bit. And then, oh yeah, and then do you have DTBLKFX? That, yeah, I don't have it on here, but that's another one where you can get some fucking cool sounds. But anyways, I think the song is already sick, and I think, like, my thought would be like that this is the state that you would like send it to the wrapper in, and then the wrapper would wrap over it, and then or this is how I would do it, is I would kind of not do that DT, yeah, sorry, here I'll find DTBLKFX. DTBLK. Oops, FX. 64-bit. Is it here? There's like a... Oh, here we go. Here's the working version, I think. Oh, no, this isn't it. Look, Clang format. It's ready for you. No, this isn't it. Is it here? I thought you had to get it. So, it's this old plugin. 64-bit version at GitHub. Here we go. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, play with this thing. So it's like this really old, super weird plugin. And it just does really weird spectral stuff. And then it was only for 32-bit, but someone made it 64-bit, so you can get it here. Unless you have a Mac, then I can't remember how you do it, or maybe you don't do it. I don't know how that works. Maybe there's someone else has the thing. Let's check out this wrapper. Is there a particular song we should try? Someone else, I'm sure there's somebody here that uses DTBL, like uses something like DTBLKFX for.
Yeah, non-stop trouble when she busts up a wine. Other girl them turn their head at the same. Them drink a little brandy, girl so sweet, sticky like candy. Get body language now, I hope you understand me. Drop the dance from the bass of the end.
Okay, yeah, this is gonna be a good collab. I'm not gonna listen to too much of it because we gotta stay on topic. Okay, cool. That was good. Burner account. Your track has been. It didn't work. Okay, here we go. I think this is burner account. Nope, still not found. Remember to try it in incognito mode. Hey, Jesse. And remember, if you're a patron, then write Patreon in the email subject line. Okie dokie. Ooh, Ordity. That's nice. Okay, so ZZUI is next. Everybody. Annie, can you do, yeah. Can you post your... Nice. Yeah, you guys should check out Annie Klang's feedback stream. It's really good. She gives really good feedback. And it's just a bunch of other experimental music that is a different crew from this, which is awesome because there's more awesome stuff. So check it out. Oh, wait. I see what you're doing. Sorry. I got you. I got you. Here we go. Cool. That was really nice. I think my thought with the I just have kind of like one thought about the drums, and I think like to me it feels like you're sort of in between two worlds here. On one side you have sort of like big drum sounds, and I think if you're going for that you could go like bigger with the drum sounds, like because you're doing this sort of like you're sort of straddling the line, like some of the patterns and stuff sound a little like like a little bit like you're trying to do something like nimble and tight, and then some moments feel like you're trying to go really big. And I think like actually that would be really interesting to try to do both, like to alternate between both. But it kind of feels like where the sounds are now, they feel like they're kind of neither, and so that would be my thought for this one is like so if you're gonna go big, I think that thing that we were just doing in like if just like just using Scratchy or Grain Spec or something just to stretch those sounds out more could help, or some like I don't know how you would go about that. I guess how would you do that? I guess one thing that I do to when I try to make when I'm trying to make like the drums and bass, because I kind of tend to think of them as like one thing, bigger, is use a reverb and automate the shit out of the dry wet. So like I'm not gonna go too into this, don't worry, but say we had a kick, and then we have a snare, whatever. And then when you do fuck's sake, where's that fucking reverb? So one of the things you can do is like just give it a bit of decay time, and then automate so that you get these kind of like swells of reverb into the hits. And you can also do kind of things where you're sort of imitating sidechaining the reverb under your hit, so you get this sort of like that didn't work at all. God damn it. This is a really bad example. So like for example, we could kind of swell the reverb up here. So then we get this sort of like the clean hit, but then we get this reverb afterwards. Or, you know, what I was doing before of like the reverb coming into the hit. It didn't super work. So yeah, you might have to like, there you go. And just like kind of playing with that so that you have like the sense of space without kind of screwing around with without messing up the transients. And if that's like worrying to you of you don't want to like muddy up your low end or whatever, the way that I tend to go about it is instead of using like the diffusion network or whatever, I find this like kind of, well, it depends on the reverb, but I don't find it works that well. So the way I usually do is like just have a dry chain, and then I have my reverb, and then we can just control it here, right? So the thing to remember though is your dry wet is linear. Yeah, your dry wet control is like linear gain sort of, and this is like logarithmic, I think. So maybe it doesn't matter, but you might have to control it slightly differently. So now once you have this, then you could do whatever, and then at the end of your chain just high pass it. So this kind of opens up some other options also, which is nice. So here you could do, for example, like say we want to play around with messing with the sound a bit more, then we can do like this kind of thing, or we can put it after, I don't know. And so you get a lot of flexibility from doing it that way. I do often put the same reverb on the drums and bass, because I usually do all my drums and bass stuff in one group. And then I'll put the reverb on that group. Not quite sure why. I feel like it kind of helps to sort of like tighten it up or something. And then the other thing that you can do too is like so whatever, we have our group. This can kind of help to like accentuate a big hit also. If you have let's just group this so we have like one parameter that we're doing. Or not group it, but oops. I'll just do something like this. So now we just have this one parameter, and it like turns on the filter, turns it off when it's all the way down. So now what we can do is this other kind of stuff where you bring your filter up and then sweep it down right before your thing. That's a shit example. Yeah. I don't know if that's really gonna work in this particular example, but adding some little filter shit on your kind of group can really help. That can help to like accentuate it. Anyways, and then if you're going for the opposite side, if you're going like the really discrete kind of tight little things, I'd really recommend like just really tightening up your hits, and then and I wouldn't use, I would be careful of using something like do I not have it here? Yeah, where's that sample pack? Oh, here it is. So like the kicks that you have are sort of like, they have this sort of, there's a little bit of that like laseriness to them, and I would suggest that for more kind of tight, discrete sort of drums, I would go for less of that. But that's just a taste thing. I also really like using audio for this, because then you can like change each drum, and especially if they're in a group where you're doing OTT or something, having this level of like, I'll often make something sound like a lighter kick just by making it shorter, and then that lets you do sort of like ghost kicks and stuff, even though everything's getting like smashed to shit with like OTT or whatever. Because obviously if you're putting it into OTT, volume doesn't really matter anymore. If the dry wet mix is at 0, does the processing remain on? That is a good question. So that's how it's supposed to work. Although I think Ableton might be trying to it might be trying to save resources or something. So for example, say we have the decay time all the way up, whatever. This doesn't work, right? But as far as I know, that's not really the way that dry wet is supposed to work. Like, this is supposed to be a gain knob at the end of this processing thing for the wet channel. So the way you can get that behavior back again is just doing this, and then you can make your own dry wet knob using the chain thing, which probably everybody knows, but just in case you don't, you just make yourself a little thing like this, and we did it backwards. So now you have a dry wet knob. Dry wet, and this one will react properly. Oh wait, hold on. I think I forgot to put this on. So this will. Fuck. Oh no, that won't fucking work either. Anyways, you'll figure it out. But yeah, do you have to go all the way or something? Or like, why? Do we have to do it this way? What am I missing here? Help me out. I don't think you get a good crossover like this. Let's get rid of this. It kind of works. So that's a way of doing it. Anyways, whatever. I was kind of got in the weeds a little bit there. But yeah, I like the song, and I like the kind of the way that stuff progresses, but that was just the one thing that kind of popped out at me. Nice track, CZY. Very cool. And now it's time for soup. Very cool. Very cool. Let's hear that again. This part. That's beautiful. That's great. I want to hear more of that. The other thing that kind of popped into my head was that sometimes when I'm, or a thing that I've kind of discovered recently for making this kind of stuff is that, so I'm imagining that a lot of this is sort of like in the same group, with like some OTT and stuff on it, and I find that like once you're done all that, just going back in and layering in, or kind of, yeah, I would probably like layer it in, maybe, like putting in a really kind of clean kick, and just like meticulously going through and being like, okay, now I need to make it this long to match up with this sound, and then it goes over here and we have some clicky sounds, and maybe I don't need the whole kick for that bit, and so we'll do our da-da-da-da-da, or if there's going to be a kick there or whatever. But just the added benefit of having like a really clean kick underpinning that kind of stuff, I think it's like a small thing, small but tedious thing that kind of takes it to the next level. But yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, I really like that. I like these. The other thing that I thought was coming here was like a whip, pew. Like I thought you were gonna go all the way with like whip. I don't know why, but that works too. That's good. That was a really cool one. Yeah, that makes me happy to hear that. Very cool. Let's hear it one last time. Very cool. The sounds are really nice too. It's really nice textures and very like soupy like soup as in you, not this food. Very like soupy textures. Very cool. I like that. Very uniquely your own. Okay, Thisbe. Stand by. Just typing something. Okay, cool. I really like the vibe. There's a couple things that popped in my head. One is I feel like this track is a really great opportunity for some binaural panning. Like, I feel like some of these sounds in here, if you place them a little bit more like, I feel like binaural panning adds like this like precision to your placement of stuff in the stereo field, that I think would be really cool in this track. Like some of those like, or whatever, kind of really moving those around or putting them in somewhere where it sort of feels like it's kind of coming out at you. I had this feeling when I was listening to it that there's a couple parts where it feels like it's like everything's really close to me. Like it's really close to your... It's all in this area. All up in my... this. So that could be something to explain or play with or explore. I'm not a huge fan of like bit crushing on melodic stuff, but that's just like a personal taste thing. And then in terms of like, is it glitchy enough or whatever, I would always recommend more glitch. But yeah, that's cool. It's a cool track. Thank you for joining us. I don't think I've seen you before, so always happy to see new people. Is binaural panning just like all our... no, there's a free one. Ambio Orbit is the free one, I think. Where is it? Here we go. Oh wait, did they change this? Maybe they changed it. Fuck off. Okay, so the cool thing about this is, let's just try to make this bigger. Does that go bigger? No? Here we go. So the cool thing about this thing is you can pan it like not just left and right, but like front and back, and you can change the width of the sound also, although this, you know, it's not perfect or anything. And then you can also change like how high up or down it is. So that's kind of cool. There's other binaural panning plugins. The main premise is like, I think maybe most of you already know this, but just for fun to go over it. Like the reason that if you close your eyes that you can tell exactly like where a sound is coming from around you is because your head blocks some of the sound, and your brain is sort of calibrated to like what kind of filtering and delay happens from a sound that's coming from whatever direction, right? So your brain kind of makes these like automatic calculations of like, oh, the sound in my left ear is a little bit filtered and a little bit delayed, so the sound must be coming from this direction or from this direction. So yeah, and so the way that these usually work is like they have like a convolution reverb sort of thing, and the impulse response is they shove some microphones into a person's ear, a person or a styrofoam head sometimes, and they record all these like impulses from all around the stereo field, and then when you move this around, it kind of like swaps between them. I think that's how most of them work. Yeah, and then so depending on how similar your head is to the styrofoam head, or how similar your head is to the head that they recorded it on, the effect will be more or less convincing. So it's not like a one-stop shop that works the same exact way for everybody, because everybody's got a different shaped head. But it is pretty cool, and if you find one that works really well for you, then that's even better. But just remember that, and it'll make some it'll sound a little bit weird for, it'll sound a bit weird for on speakers, but I find that kind of cool. Then asks, hey Woulg, how long will the stream be? I'm not really sure. I was hoping to go just till 8 today, but we'll see how we go. We've got, oh fuck, I forgot to send the link. Hold on. Yeah, we'll see how we go. But I think somewhere around 8, I'm gonna kind of call it a day. Last time we went a little too late, and I was pretty hungry when I was done, and so that's where I'm at. Let's see if we have more tracks. We have one more track, so probably we'll just finish these tracks because we don't have that many left. So okay. Wow. That was very cool. Okay, hold on. I want to listen to some of this again. yeah, that's really nice, especially this little. It reminds me of like you know, like I don't know what the technique is called on saxophone, but you can kind of get these cool little screamy kind of noises out of the saxophone, and that kind of reminds me of that, like some Colin Stetson type stuff. I don't know how you did that, but it sounds fucking sweet. And then this, where it's kind of like near here, it's a really nice touch. I think this works really well for me. Some people are talking about dynamics, but I think that this makes sense. I don't think it needs anything really. I think it's really nice. One thing that kind of came to mind while listening to this is like so one thing that I've ran into or I think about sometimes is like it's hard. I find it hard to make a set out of songs like this because these songs sort of feel like if they feel like sort of they feel like such a big event that it's hard to kind of chain them together, whether it's like an album or a set. I don't know if I said that already. So that kind of makes me think of like, because I tend to write stuff in this sort of way too, and it makes me wonder like what do we do this so that we can do a whole set of this, or do we just say fuck it and just kind of chain them together as the ending of your EP? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. What are we talking about in the chat here? Those intro impacts don't actually have an impact like that. Yeah, it's nice. It reminds me a little bit of Finesse or something. There were some Finesse tracks that had some. I call them Finesse. I don't know if it's called like Finesse or whatever, but it reminds me of that a little bit. I really like this thing of like, but they're like soft sounds. I think it's really nicely done, and the melodies and stuff are beautiful. Cool. I don't really have a whole lot to say about that, other than I'm excited to hear the album. I see some. I see some kind of chat about mixing and sort of. I mean, how can you measure badness in music? Maybe inexperience. So, I just wanted to chime in with my 2 cents on that, which is like, I think what makes a track good is how well it accomplishes its intended feeling. So like, if you intend for a track to be like brutal and intense, and it comes across kind of chill or not that or like kind of, I want to say like wimpy or something, then I would say that's like that it didn't work out, right? And then the opposite is like, so but if you intended your track to be kind of like wimpy and kind of chill or whatever, and it sounds like that, then that's a success in my opinion. And then I also think about, in terms of like mixing. One last thought about the other thing is that like sometimes that'll happen where you sort of intend a track to go one way and then it ends up kind of going another way. And then in that case, I would say like, if it's like purely by accident, it usually isn't that convincing. But if it is by accident and then you're like, oh, actually I kind of like that idea, and then you go with that, then that's also kind of like successful. But it's sort of a personal thing, I think. And then in terms of like mixing or whatever, I think it's just it's like it comes down to the same thing of like intention, right? So if you intend for your track to be like a clubby banger, and instead it's like soupy and not like the artist soup, but like the food, if it's all kind of mushy and stuff, then yeah, I would say that it didn't work out. But if you intend it to be all mushy and soupy and stuff, and it comes out like that, I think you can kind of tell when a person's like intentions come through in the mix or the composition or whatever. Anyways, clearly these intentions are coming through. Great job, Thorin. Here, I'll put your thing in the chat. Okay, and now number remix of Indistinct Voices over PA. I really like what you've got here. I think like Jesus. Pickle juice went down the wrong hole. I think you've got some really nice sounds. I think you've got a nice atmosphere that's going on. The one thing that I think could use some work is like refining this groove. I'll tell you sort of how I hear it. So to me, it feels like, like if it feels like it has this like sort of thing to it, and I think like if you're going for that sort of like you can accentuate that a bit more. And if you're not going for that, then, well, then you can do whatever you want. But the thing that popped in my head was maybe... I feel like something that might sound kind of interesting is like try moving the you could try moving the kicks an eighth note over. Gee, I really went down the wrong hole. Or just playing with the snare placement. But yeah, I think it's coming. I think it's going along. Yeah, it's good. I remember the last time when I was streaming before, you were working on all this like super noisy, loud stuff. I'm kind of surprised to hear that you're not doing that anymore. But that's cool. Yeah, sweet. Nice one. Let me put. Do you want to put your? Your link in the chat? Still working on noise, shit, but I'm taking a break from it. Yeah, cool. Nice. Okie dokie. Don't forget to put your. Don't forget to put your link in the chat. Okay, Blinkbot. I really like that. I think that you were selling yourself short. A lot, actually. But one thing did come to mind. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so one thing that popped to mind is like the kind of the placement of your fills. Let's start with is it there or is it there? Okay. What are we at here? Where's the... Oh, here it is. 163. Okay, so it's something like 160. Okay. All right. Okay, so here's what I mean. So in there's a lot of places where you can put a fill, and I feel like you're putting a lot of the kind of fill things in the same sort of spot. And I think one thing to kind of play with, actually this would be a really cool track to put through this thing also. Let's do that quickly. Like you could get some nice sounds from this. Just messing around with this. It may be hard to integrate, but like. Anyways, so I would like do that and resample it, and then there's lots of places where you could kind of play around. So like if we just go, so one place that I would kind of look to is, shit, am I screwing this up again? No, we're good. Okay. Would be like, fuck, why isn't this lining up? Sorry. This is making me crazy. You fuck off. Okay. Alright, good enough. Okay, so like try putting some fills in at the beginning of the bar. They're really gonna like screw with your flow, but they can be super interesting. So one way is to like come in early, and then you could put, I don't know, something like this. Let's just try something like this. Damn it, that really didn't work out. Oh, you need something here to make this make sense. So, or maybe it has to be earlier or something. But yeah, so playing with where you can kind of put your fills. I wasn't able to pull something out of my ass this time, but you kind of get the idea. And thinking about all the little places like within the bar that make sense, or within like a 4-bar section. Like, so for example, it's hard to fit in a fill on the first bar of like a 4-bar section, but the first bar in the second half of the section, like the halfway point, you can often fit something cool in there. And that would be maybe the hardest kind of place to fit in a fill. There's lots of other kind of little places. So like a super common one is, for example, the last half of the last bar of like a 4-bar section. So this whole bit could be a fill. You know, and you can kind of go wild with it. Even doing something weird like let's just take this and kind of blend it in here. Like you have all this space to sort of fuck around, and because of that you can often do some really pretty interesting things. And these also, you could kind of play with these more. This is sort of where I hear the fill in your thing. Yeah, just kind of just playing with that a little bit, and then you know, working in some samples, like some kind of more messed up samples would kind of, I think, help like kind of add something. But there's because the thing, like the reason that I recommend this is that there's so many, you already have so many cool sounds in here. It's just about like playing with them a little bit more, experimenting with them a little bit more. And I think like even to the point where like I know you said that you were nervous about like the bass sounds not being loud enough or something, but I feel like I would even like not worry about that at this point. I would just focus on like the just playing around with the sounds and stuff, cause like, so say, I think like, so for example, one thing that I do a lot is like, say I have something like this. So we have our like thing. A lot of the times I'll just end up like taking something like that and then high passing it, like the sound or whatever, and high passing it, and then just taking operator and layering it underneath like just a pure sine tone, or like a kind of you can get like a little kind of growly out of this or whatever. That's too deep probably. Yeah, and just do that, and I don't know, maybe saturate it a little bit or something. And just layering that underneath. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. There's a couple kind of like key concepts but I think you get them already. Like that's fucking high passing the whole thing. Like I think these kicks could be like a bit tighter, but I wouldn't say that it's necessary. Like that's just like a personal T thing. A personal taste, not a personal T thing. Anyways, yeah. Ven, I don't think that we do have time for one more because it's already 8 and we're just getting to the end of this. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna finish up with these 3 and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so Jesse, I don't know if Jesse's still here, but here we go. I guess my only thought is like this. I think that would be nice a bit. If feels like it wants to be wide, I guess. that's my thought. But this is some serious shit right here. That's some serious shit. I'm gonna glitch up the last part more. Very cool. Very, very cool. Welcome, Viberus. Yeah, that snare thing, whatever the hell that snare is fucking great. What is that snare thing? Snappy thing? Yeah. Everybody follow Jesse. Everybody, get down on the ground right now. I don't know why that came into my head. I'm watching that show, Money Heist. It's like this Spanish show about a heist of the Royal Mint of Spain. I think that's why that was in my head. Why am I still talking? Okay, very cool though. I don't even know what to say. I just really like it. Okay, here comes another banger from Ordity. I feel like I screwed that up. It was too quiet. Damn. Okay, so I really like that. I think I'm not the only part that I'm not crazy about is the switch to drum and bass, or the drum and bassy part. I don't know why. I just really like all the. This is the part that I really like. Is the Gabbertron. I think it's also, maybe it's just because like this, it's that, I think it's that thing, the I think that's the thing I don't really like, the little dang. But other than that, it's a fucking huge tune. I like the lasers. I think it adds something. This is a really, like, this reminds me really intensely of, like, going to festivals and really weird music being played at a very, like, when you're lost in the forest somewhere and you're confused, let's say. And a really weird song is playing and you're just sort of like, what the fuck is going on? I feel like this is that song that's playing. But yeah, I think that someone said that they really like the song structure. There was some details being sorted out in the chat about the bass or sub or whatever. I'm not a specialist in that kind of stuff. So. I also like how you structure this build. I feel like in this section you could maybe even get away with some really, or I guess my instinct would be to put some like whispering or something over top of it. Some really quiet sound over top of like giant kicks. I don't know, there's something about that really gets me going. But yeah, that was cool. It's a really cool thing that happens here too. There's something weird going on here. You know what would be really trippy is to end it off with like switch from, imagine if you took, okay, so let's just use these sounds, whatever. So you have your whatever, we're at like a crazy BPM, let's say we're at 170, 175. And we have our let's do this thing. Right? But then we're also doing our little kicklets, as I like to call them. How am I going to do this? I need real drums here. Hold on one sec. Okay, so our kicks are here. And our kicklets. Are here. So we have our okay. Right, whatever. We're doing this thing, right? And then imagine if you switched to a rhythm where you're doing oh, this will be too fast. So these start coming up in volume until they're the same volume as this stuff, and then you come out of that by turning into a rhythm where you go every, so 1, 2, 3, 4, next kick, 2, 3, 4, next kick, etc., etc. So this is your new, like to end really slow to somehow transition between these two. Let's go. You know, like to switch speeds like that, I feel like it'd be cool. Yeah, I just thought, I don't know, there's actually when I was first thinking about it, I was imagining actually something like this, where you switch to this speed, but I think that would be kind of too fast now that I think about it. And then just like blend to ye old, this is your new time, your new speed or whatever. How would you even do this? Just calculate the speed. So what is this going to be? 175 divided into 4. Or I guess we can just go times 0.75. Alright, that's not really how it works, is it? No, it's times 0.666666. 1, so maybe that's how you do it? 116.6. Oops. Oh, you can't put point, so we'll just go like this. And then turns into this, I think. Oops. Yeah. Anyways, I feel like you can do it. Oh, just go to 130. Let's try 130. Ah. Yeah, my bad. How did you calculate that? 3/4. Yeah. Yeah, that's, yeah. That is true. Oh, nice. Congrats, Ben. That's sick. Okay, cool. Last one for the day today. Illorides. Low rides. What's up, Ben? Wait, hold on. I got kind of distracted. Let's listen to it from the beginning. Sorry. Damn. There's some really nice sounds in here. I feel like there are mostly mono though. Yeah, I think just panning those around a little bit, you get a lot of mileage out of them. There's some really nice moments in here. This is cool. Yeah, I feel like with like, I think it like you yeah, this is working. I don't know why you were saying. It sounds like you do know what you're doing, and you just need to just play with the stereo field a little bit more, like pan some shit around and play with some stereo expanding, and that's it. I feel like it's working. I like this idea of like the 808s with this stuff. Yeah, I think this is cool. Yeah, I think just playing around with some panning and stuff. That's what I would do. I think you've got a track. You've got a finished track on your hands. Sounds good. I never play with these kind of kicks, and I feel like I should play with them more. I like what you did here. Yeah, the ambience is nice. Cool. All right, folks. Well, that's it for me today. Let's watch the thing that Ben sent. So that's it for this week, folks. Thank you very much for coming around. And if anybody has any ideas for who I should raid, let me know.